you is, but where the hell did you go? Been around the town and back on my shit blacklist like Common San Diego.
What's up? My light doesn't even show that it works, so there's no point on having it. But I want to do this really quick. I kind of wanted to compare all the Spider-Man Hasbro has released. If you're not too familiar with them, I can kind of run by them with you. You can see Scarlet Spider has no head. I used it for a custom. But let's start from the center. The San Diego Comic-Con 2016 Raph Spider-Man. It's the same body as Pizza Spider-Man. I'm lying. It's the same body as Ben Reilly Spider-Man. The hips spread out more than these do. The arms raise up higher than these do. And everything else is pretty identical. Minus the hand joints. The hand, when you pop these hands out, these hands are more like Ben Reilly's. This is Ben Reilly with a Scarlet Spider head. Here's the Scarlet Spider. I might as well open him and just keep him to the side because I could probably still find him in stores too. If you want to look for him, go to Walgreens. Walgreens stocked up on a lot of these Rhino and Hulkbuster Build-A-Figures. But I like it. A lot of people like them. I don't think it's worth the $40 a lot of people are paying for it. I got mine for really cheap. In fact, it's almost 22 bucks. Shout out to you, man. I don't want to put your name out there. I don't know how you feel about that. After we get through the raft, we can jump on the Pizza Spider-Man, the most hyped up Spider-Man ever. He's dope though. He's just comic accurate Spider-Man. Great movement. Paint is cool. A lot of times he comes out like, paint chips and stuff like that. And that's brand new. You can find them like that all the time. I have another one up here you could probably find the same way. Look. Just chipped in a lot of places. There's some customs up there. We're not even going to show you those. See how they blur. We'll get into her in a few. She was supposed to be part of the tutorial, but I never really got a chance to finish making it, so I suck. Superior Spider-Man. You know what? I didn't like Superior Spider-Man as an action figure until I read the comic book. And when I finally read the Spider-Verse, I liked him. I thought he was a leader. And he kind of, he showed his character a lot in there. And I gotta say, I like him a lot. I like him and a few other spiders that Hasbro hasn't released, so I'm waiting for them. If not, I'm gonna make them myself. But Superior Spider-Man is dope. Action figure-wise, he's also pretty cool. His hips spread out really, really wide, more than the Raft and Ben, and way more than Pizza. His torso is a bit different than Pizza. His torso is a little wider at these like armpit muscles under the armpits. A little wider, but everything else is pretty identical from that point on. Same legs. It's just something about the torso that's a little shorter, and actually this crotch area, the crotch and the torso are different from these two figures, but everything else is pretty much the same. Overall, I like Superior. If you want me to rate them, I'd rate the Raft. I'd give him about a 9. Pizza Spider-Man, I'd give him about an 8.5. Ben Reilly, I'd give him about another 8.5. Superior, I'd give him another 8.5. I like him for some reason. Ultimate Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Let's just put them both together. They're the same body, just different paint job. I like them. At first, I was upset. I was like, damn, how are they gonna give us another Spider-Man without the butterfly joints, which makes this guy pretty posable. The butterfly joints are what give them the posability that they need or require to be Spider-Man, and to be honest, it's not even enough, but it's fine. So when they didn't include them on these guys, I was upset. I was like, they don't even have the butterfly joints, and they're smaller. Why would I pick them up? Because they have boot swivels. The boots swivel around. But you know what? When you have them in hand, they are pretty cool. I compared them to Pizza Spider-Man, and I don't want to say they're 50-50. I mean, I give Pizza Spider-Man probably a point or two up, but I don't know, man. This guy's there. If you don't got Pizza Spider-Man and you want a Spider-Man, like a classic version of Spider-Man, go with this Ultimate, man. I know there's nothing wrong with it. You can find it for like 15 bucks. People are selling it really cheap. If not, just wait. It'll be in Walmart in a couple days, maybe a week or two. But same thing with Miles, man. I think Miles is suited better because he's supposed to be this young kid, so I guess he's okay to be in this body, but I don't like to see Spider-Man in this body. I'm not gonna lie. His ab crunch goes down a lot. I don't like those eyes too much, to be honest. They're too like childishly big, like round. There's no curvature to the eyes, and I don't really like that, but I don't mind. it's good to have different eyes amongst the Spider-Man. But then we have the movie Civil War Spider-Man, another disappointing figure that a lot of people really went crazy for, and they bought the 3-pack and just took him and sold the other 2 figures for like dirt cheap. And the 3-pack, if you don't know, was Captain America Battle Damage and Iron Man Battle Damage from the Civil War movie. He's a great, I'm not gonna say great. He's a good looking figure. He looks good. I feel like there's some things that just, they're off about it. It just doesn't remind me of the movie at all. These spider webs look like turtle toes. I don't know. I think in the movie the suit is a bit brighter. His torso even looks like a midget almost. I mean, like he's. I don't know. I feel like for his size, his ribs are really like he's thick in the belly. Like he's really. I don't know. It's hard to really explain. I just think for a kid, for Spider-Man being a kid, his torso, like from the waist up, is really thick, and his legs are really thin. You know, to you they may look correct, but to me, I don't know. They just don't look right to me. He looks cool though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He's a good-looking figure. He's not a great figure at all, but that's cool. Then we have Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly is pretty much the same as Pizza Spider-Man and 2019. San Diego Comic-Con, but the difference between Ben Reilly and actually I give Ben Reilly a 9. Did I rate him 8.5? I rate him a 9, maybe even a 10, because he comes with an alternate Carnage head, Spider Carnage head, and hands. So I think that's also good. It's a plus. It's 2 characters in one. Granted, the Spider Carnage isn't comically accurate, but you can't get both comically accurate. You need 2 different figures for that. But for the most part, they both play in pretty well and they blend in pretty well. So if you like Carnage and you like Spider Carnage, or you like Ben Reilly or Spider-Man, this is the one to have. You know, I like this one. $20.99. You know, at first I bought $20.99 and I returned them back to the store. I didn't really like the design. I was like, this doesn't look like Spider-Man to me. And this is before I was even knowledgeable on the many different suits of Spider-Man. I knew who $20.99 was. It's just I didn't like him because he didn't look nothing like Spider-Man to me. I think what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man is 2 things: the webbing and those big giant eyes. If you don't have the webbing or those big giant eyes, I'm afraid that you're not Spider-Man anymore. You become $20.99. Scarlet Spider, I'm sorry. His head is over in the Wall of Fame. I have a brand new one, and the other ones, I have like 3 of these, right? But for some reason, I keep taking the head. I use one of the heads for the Shadow Clan. I use another head for the custom Wrath set that I have. And then the other head I use for a black suit Spider-Man, I think. But I do like the Scarlet Spider. Given that we don't have even that we don't have the butterfly joints, I still like this figure a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not disappointed with him at all. There's not much to say about it. It's just red. Me personally, I want to take those red parts and make an Iron Spider. And I have 2 other ones loose that are already broken down, so I might take those arms and make an Iron Spider. What I did also was I took that chest and I started working on the Noir. So he did come in handy for a lot of things. I'm not going to show you, but the Noir's in there. And I took some arms and legs off Nick Fury, and I sculpted over this piece a little bit. I still have to sculpt more, but I used it for Noir. I'm still working on it. And the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie action figure. This is cool too. Honestly, I used to always think this was better than Pizza Spider-Man for a while. Just with the range of articulation and certain things that it has. For a while, hold on, I don't have a tripod, so I have to act like I have a tripod. So the range of this guy's articulation surpasses Pizza Spider-Man almost by a lot. I don't know how much the percentage is. I mean, the ab crunch is probably the same. The head rotation up and down is the same. But overall, these hip joints and these arms that go up, Pizza Spider-Man arms go up pretty much too, but I mean, I didn't want to touch none of these figures. I didn't want to touch them. I just wanted to kind of point out what's what, who's who. You know, if you like them, go get them. Now, if you don't have any Spider-Man figure and you want to pick up just any Spider-Man figure, I'm gonna have to recommend these guys. Pick them up because one, they're very inexpensive. They're gonna be floating all around right now. They'll be everywhere. If not, try to find Pizza Spider-Man. I know he's a little expensive these days. That's fine. If not, get Ben Reilly because you can still find him in the store, and he's actually really worth the money. He's worth the money so fucking much. I have like 4 of them. I don't have them anymore. I use them for paint stuff. I think Ben Reilly's here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ben Reilly is here or here. I don't know. But here they are, Hasbro Spider-Man.